Alright, I'm probably the outcast here, but I do not think the MCU needs saving. There, I said it. What you gonna do? I don't think the MCU needs saving. I think it's good. I think there's only one bad movie and one bad show. So there's part of my unpopular opinion. Which show, which movie? I'm sure we can agree on both these. The Eternals movie. That was boring. That was so freaking boring. I had to force myself to finish that. Uh, Secret Invasion is the worst Marvel show, in my opinion. However, I do have to say this. I kind of like the fight scene at the end of the show. I know. Just give them overpowered superpowers. Let's overpower them. But yeah, I don't think the MCU needs saving. I think it's good. And honestly, I don't understand the hate for Ant-Man Quantumania. Kang got defeated by ants. Hey, they can change it. They could just say that was a way that he escaped. They can retcon that and move it and change it. Yeah, he used the ants to get away, and then he got defeated and went into that tiny ball. Yeah, and I'll say this: my favorite Marvel movie is Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not just. I'm sorry, I love that intro, and for crying out loud, they brought Black Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade. Are you kidding me? That movie's freaking awesome. I'll call Deadpool and Wolverine over Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spider-Man No Way Home was good too, but Deadpool and Wolverine I could watch every single day if I want. It is that good of a movie. Another thing, another unpopular opinion. Since Defenders is canon now, I liked Iron Fist. I don't understand the hate for that either. For real. I do not understand the hate. In fact, I've rewatched the first season plenty of times. Second one, a couple times too, but not as much as the first season. And the show that I'll admit this, I've watched Jessica Jones season one more than any of them. I've watched that show a lot. It's just something about kind of a stalker. I guess I don't know the villain stalker and stuff. But yeah. uh, of course, Daredevil's the best. That's just a given. But my other unpopular opinion on that, I don't feel like they didn't really need to continue. I like the Punisher and all, but he doesn't need another show, honestly, because they ended it good. I think it had a good ending. Same with Jessica Jones. The only ones I feel like that needed a continuation are Daredevil and Iron Fist. Luke Cage had a good ending too, but it also left the door open for more. So yeah. The other thing is, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one. I've watched Inhumans probably 3 times. I liked Inhumans. Sure, it could have been a lot better, but honestly, it would have been better if they would have connected it to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll give them that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should be canon. I agree on that topic. But, like, no. Uh, what's another unpopular opinion? Um, hmm. I liked Guardians too. I have fond memories of that, I guess. But yeah, I, I like Guardians too. I'm gonna be honest. The first one is probably the one I've seen the least. I liked it, but the third one's good too. It makes definitely, and that's the other thing I struggle with. It didn't. It didn't. Some scenes made me cry more than others. More when all his friends died, that didn't make me cry. No, it made me cry was when he saw his friend in like heaven. That's what made me cry when it in the MCU heaven for them. Uh, that's what made me cry. Not when they died, but when they saw each other again in heaven. Uh, honestly, I like She-Hulk. I don't get the hate for it. Like, dude, yeah, leave the fourth wall breaking for Deadpool. No, I liked it. There's one episode I didn't care for. I'll say that I didn't really care for the wedding episode, but I did like the amateur magician guy. All those like flying demon characters. That's what I wanted for freaking Mysterio and Spider-Man Far From Home. Which, honestly, I'll tell you this: before Spider-Man No Way Home, my favorite MC movie was Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, I loved that movie. Maybe it's because it's the only movie that I've ever seen that came out that I watched the movie the same exact day it came out. Maybe that's why, but I love Spider-Man Far From Home. That Mysterio scene with the lockers and Dead Iron Man, that shit, that still gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. I love the whole illusion stuff on that. That was awesome scene. That was a really good scene. What's another unpopular opinion? I'll tell you this: I'm never gonna watch Agatha Harkness show. I'll tell you that. I'm never gonna watch that. Yeah, that's too much. Too much magic for me. But uh, I will admit this though. I do feel like Doctor Strange 2 was kind of disappointing. I'll agree with people on that. I feel like that was probably the most disappointing one because it's just too predictable, and honestly, yeah, trailers gave away and spoilers before I even watched the movie. But yeah, I it's an alright. Like I said, the worst movie is Eternals. I just given that movie's so boring. I will never watch it again. I'll watch Secret Invasion before I watch Turtles. But no, I don't. I don't. Uh, it's another thing. I'm not really looking forward to a Fantastic Four reboot, but I guess I'll watch it. I never thought they should have made a reboot. I, honestly, I wish they would have made a third Fantastic Four movie. I like Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. Honestly, that cloud, it was just a tease. I feel like people are like, no, they ruined Galactus. It's just a cloud. And there was a shadow. There was a shadow of Galactus for one quick scene. They could have just made Galactus the villain for the third movie. Honestly, they could have done that. So yeah, I don't understand. uh oh, we can talk about X-Men movies too. Why not? I don't hate X-Men Apocalypse. I like that movie. I like honestly, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but the first two X movies are not my favorites. I like both of them. And to be honest, it could also be because X Men Last Stand was the very first X Men movie I ever watched. I know. I watched the third one before I watched the first two. Yeah, it's just. I like all the X Men movies. I own all the X Men movies. I even own Dark Phoenix. I will admit it's definitely the weaker of the bunch, but that whole train scene was awesome. Yeah. Obviously, the X Men series has the better Quicksilver than Age of Ultron, which brings up another thing. X Men. No, not X Men. Avengers Age of Ultron was one of my is still one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Hey, we could talk about villains too. Why not? Ultron was my favorite villain, and is definitely my favorite Marvel villain for the MCU so far. And I, okay, for Thor: Love and Thunder. What is your problem with comedy, people? Like, that's not the problem with the movie. The problem is the Rock guy. I'll agree with. I'll give you that. I wish I didn't make him gay, but yeah. Uh, especially when they made it, when I saw the movie in theaters, I was like, damn it, they killed him, and then they made him gay. But no, I guess he was gay before that. But I don't want to talk about that. Ugh. That's not. I I feel like Gore the God Butcher is probably my second favorite villain since Ultron. Honestly, I loved that Gore the God Butcher scenes. That was awesome. Another thing, hell, I could keep talking all this whole day. Spider-Man 3. I understand kind of the yeah, but honestly, I had no problem with that version of Venom too. But hell, I can make a freaking other. I'm thinking about making maybe I should make that for another video. Sony Sony Marvel movies. Opinions I agree on and opinions I don't agree on for that one too. See, I didn't want to make this an agree video too, but dang, it's almost 15 minutes. What's another one? Spider-Man 3, yeah, okay. Sandman was definitely the great villain. Hell, I'll tell you this. The first Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are like this to me. They're tied. They're tied. I can't pick between those two movies which one I like more. Sorry. Honestly, the first Spider-Man, yes, it's a good movie. Hell, I remember seeing that first one in theaters. Okay. I might do a list of all the movies I've seen in theaters. I'm thinking about doing that. But I'll tell you this. I saw Spider-Man 1 in theaters. I didn't see 2 or 3 in theaters. I didn't see Amazing Spider-Man in theaters. I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 in theaters. And that scene of Gwen Stacy got to me. I still hate it. But I love that movie otherwise. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is definitely. I might just do a video of where. Should I rank the Spider-Man movies? Okay. Mine's going everywhere. What's another one? What's another thing about? Okay. Yeah, I don't hate Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't understand what people hate. Honestly, I love all the Spider-Man movies. Homecoming is actually probably my least. I liked it, but it's definitely the least for me. Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man too. Tom Holland's good too. Tobey Maguire. I hate to say it, but those movies are outdated. the the graphics definitely improved since then. That's another thing why I love Amazing Spider-Man 2. Plus, I also like that they gave his parents a backstory, kind of, in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Like, they just they brought us Gwen Stacy and his parents. They didn't skip to MJ. They didn't just have Uncle Ben. Yeah, they had his parents too. So that's why in a way I like those Amazing Spider-Man movies so much. I guess I kind of already ruined it. I said No Way Home was my favorite then. Before that was Far From Home. I guess after that would be Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then it would probably be the. I'd probably say the first Spider-Man, and then the first Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are tied, and then yeah. Oh, did I put three? Three is probably see. I don't know. I couldn't rank them, but definitely can't rank the X-Men movies. I liked all the Wolverine. That's the another opinion. I don't hate X-Men Origin Wolverine. Yeah, they ruined Deadpool. Yeah, I understand, but like, and his head cuts off, and then I don't know. I don't hate it. Yeah, they ruined Deadpool. I'll give 'em, I understand that, but that Gambit was good too. I'm sorry. I liked both versions again, but the costume's better in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I really did like the Gambit that was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Hell, I still have I have a 7-Eleven cup with that Gambit on it from X-Men Origin Wolverine. But 7-Eleven cup, yeah. I could talk about Marvel all day long. Everything's canon now. There we go. Everything's canon now because even Elektra from the see uh Netflix Daredevil is obviously better. To hell, yeah. I don't know what else to say. That I could just talk all day. It's almost a 20-minute video, so yeah, Marvel unpopular opinions, I guess, and some you might agree on. That'll be the title. Why not?